In essence, would you say that the only color in your home growing up was love due to this story?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I know it's true because I didn't know I was black. All I knew was love, I didn't know.
Whether it was the big or small, his date dog's killer drove him off the wall. In 1997's classic Booty Call, Jada Pinkett Smith's character was next to make him feel blue. In 1998's classic Woo, on Sunday our lives weren't duller because millions sat back and watched him light it up on In Living Color. We would all clamor watching him nail at his MC Hammer.
Stop! Hammer time! Every time you see me, the hammer's on a roll.
Grab your brother, sister, or your mommy and welcome this man, last name Davidson, first name Tommy.
Nice. Now, I think that's the best intro I've ever had.
Oh, I appreciate that, my friend.
Grab your mommy. Here's Tommy.
Tommy, I got to tell you something, man. I thought I was a snazzy dresser. I like.
Just trying to match it, trying to match the shirt there. Saturday Night Fever meets now.
Your mind around this. In Mississippi, guys, at a mere 18 months of age, a woman has an instinct of sorts to look near the trash. Mm-hmm. And she noticed a foot. And there you were. And in a way, bringing up JFK earlier played a part in your life because the lady who found you was, in essence, inspired by a speech that JFK gave in which he called upon white America to do something about the race problem.
Therefore, I'm asking for your help in making it easier for us to move ahead and provide the kind of equality of treatment which we would want ourselves.
In essence, would you say that the only color in your home growing up was love due to this story?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I know it's true because I didn't know I was black. All I knew was love. I didn't know it was white either. That's the Four Musketeers right there.
Look at that, guys. What a beautiful story. What a beautiful story. When you think of innocence, when you think of purity, when you think of the fact that, yes, we are not born with any kind of bigotry or hate in our hearts, that picture is worth 1,000 words and epitomizes that, man. It's beautiful. Guys, again, there were many people that were fighting for civil rights. Philip Randolph was one of them. He was an influential civil rights activist who inspired the Freedom Budget. He said many of our white friends are telling their children not to listen to our white enemies who use hateful words and slurs to describe their hatred. Is that how it was described to you more or less growing up?
And it was explained to me by just elementary practical fact. So I'm playing with my cowboys and Indians, right? The plastic ones.
Sure.
So my grandfather gets down on his knees while I'm playing and he goes, I want you to make sure that the Indians are the heroes, because they are. The cowboys were taking their land. So see, practical. My mother explained it to me best when the black kids beat our ass and were calling me White Cracker Lover and my brother and sister White Cracker. And I went to her and said, why are they calling me White Cracker Lover? I like graham crackers. You see? So she said, well, that's what people your color call people our color when they don't like them. And I was like, well, what color is that? She said, black. I said, we're not black. It's brown, right? She says, no, but that's what we call it anyway. So then we move out to the suburbs.
Right.
And I used the N-word for the first time. Grown men chasing me home, calling me the N-word. So I go to her and I go, why are they calling me N? We got to stay away from them. They must be some really bad people. She said, that's what people our color call people your color when they don't like them. I was like, well, what color is that? She said, white. I said, you're not white. You're like beige or peach.
But in a way, Tommy, was this too much for you also to absorb? Because in essence, you were raised in a way where you were colorblind and you didn't find people based on their color and background. Was it overwhelming as you were growing up and realizing that other people didn't share those concepts because maybe obviously they weren't raised in such a very neutral way as it pertains to race?
From that moment on,
yeah,
when the fallacy of colors was pointed out to me, a horse can have a colt. A horse could be a white horse and have a brown coat. So that's what I thought we were. So once that was established, I thought that moment was the stupidest moment that I could ever think of, because how could you hate each other for colors you're really not?
That's right. You had friends that actually lifted your spirits up, and they said, hey, you're funny. You're on your way.
Yeah.
You had that support as it pertains to taking that next step in the world of comedy. Would you say that it was a case of preparation meeting opportunity?
I would say yes, but I wasn't aware of it.
Okay.
I didn't want to be a comedian, but I thought that Laurel and Hardy were funny, and Sonny and Cher was funny, and Lucille Ball was funny, and Andy Griffith was funny. And so when it was pointed out that I could be a comedian, from day one, it was like putting a match on a bucket of gasoline.
Wow. Jeez. For you at the time, was the Apollo sort of like a grand stage that allowed you to accept the fact that you were in fact on the rise?
It was the place to be. So if you won that, you were really, really good, because the one on TV, you know, they had the clown come out every 5 minutes. But the one in real life, he hardly got work because everybody was so good. Winning that was just amazing because I was up against all singers.
Man, from a stand-up audition to improvising a cab driver that can't speak English, did you feel confident about the audition process for In Living Color?
I did not at first.
Oh, okay.
Because I did the sketches.
Right.
And that was improv. And I felt like I didn't do improv before, although I did. But then they had an audition for stand-up comedy. So that was 30 comedians. I'm last. And that's the most perfect place you can put me.
Behind the scenes, Tommy, was there creative freedom without much pushback from the writers and producers to get some of your skits on air?
It was creative freedom, but you know, it was really hard to get one on there, because here you have, 8 of the most funny people in the world, you know, bobbing for ideas, bobbing to get on TV. And so that competition, I mean, imagine Jim Carrey.
Sure.
Imagine him pitching something and me pitching something. One of them got to go on that week.
Yo, just because you live in large with crazy bank and stupid wheels and I'm butt naked don't give you the right to dish. You know what I'm saying?
Pourquoi?
Well, yo, Calvin, man, cool out. The dude's just bugging.
So it was hard. It was hard competition. But how can you feel upset when your job is to laugh from 7 a.m. to like 11 at night every day?
Man, oh man. There were so many iconic characters that I can think of that you brought to life. Some who were imitations of people who were still alive, such as Sugar Ray Leonard.
And do that impression you do of Tommy Hearns.
Okay, baby. This is an impression of Tommy Hearns in the last round of our first fight.
Out of all the impressions that I've done, Stallone probably was my favorite. Because you don't have to do much. You bend the mouth and you sort of say things that don't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I couldn't do that in a million years.
Keep on going like Mick, what's wrong with my house? My house stinks. That really stinks, Mick. And that was something that was very obvious because he lived in a stink pot.
Track it down. 1991, a big year. Illin in Philly, a tour de force of a performance. Illin in Philly was amazing.
Say that.
Hey, Marvis Frazier, man. What's up, man? Man, he can take a damn knockout. That's the king of knockout.
Bring this back because I want to talk about your book and Living in Color, guys. Mm-hmm. It's a book, and again, we have a lot of viewers that watch live on 39 pages, not including my own. Guys, I implore all of you to pick up and purchase this book, as Mark Henry said as well. What inspired you to write the book? And can you provide sort of a sneak peek of sorts?
My sister, she asked me one time in interviews, why don't you ever talk about mom? Well, as I thought about it more, I realized that I was ashamed of her. I was ashamed of my mom. Because when she showed up, all the black people would start acting funny. And then when I went with them out to a Chinese restaurant or wherever we went, white people were acting crazy too. So as long as I wasn't with her, nothing happened. So I was hanging on to that and didn't realize it. And it was the key to the whole book.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the following, Tommy. you helped raise money for countless foundations. I want
Yes.
people to know this. Injured soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, those with Down syndrome, helping with troubled youth. When it's all said and done, what is the ultimate legacy that you'd like to leave behind when your time here on Earth is up?
I just want to follow the example of what I speak of. You know, I'm a man being kind. You know, and walking the footsteps of my mom, because she was always helping somebody, no matter what, from all walks of life. From all walks of life.
Incredible.
So emulating her, you know, I'm sure makes her proud. You know, I'm sure it makes her proud. Yeah,
that's beautiful, and that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, last page of the book is.
That's,
you know, I won't say the line on the last page of the book.
Sure.
But once you get to that, you'll understand what I'm saying.
You're a good man that will make it to heaven, no doubt. But which person in heaven, someone that we believe is in fact in heaven, of course, which person in heaven would you run up to and try to make laugh, and who would you stay far away from?
I probably would go straight to Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay.
You know, and what, you know,
Like no other, so they start.
I'd watch out for the elevator going down to Hitler. That's for sure.
Oh, yes.
I'd watch out for the elevator or the escalator.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
No doubt about it.
Guys, again, you need to understand that the book is called Living in Color, and as you guys know, we have more people from the world of sports and an established actor coming down the pike, and we're going to still pull up Living in Color for our segments throughout the show.
Thank you.
It is a book worth reading, Tommy. I just want to know, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time. What are you talking about? I told you that intro was the best.
Can you put up
do the fast run? Do that fast run again.
Guys and gals, we're here 7 days a week, 90 minutes and 2 hours every single day. I'm that Adam's Filter. Who else gives you that? Nobody else knows. Why? Because the rest of anything but we talk about everything on the moon, other stars, on our planet Pluto, where our clouds from. And as you guys know, all you gotta do is look back to July. The sky numbers are skyrocketing high, because you're the engine that makes this thing go.
Hey, we did it with a beat.
We did it with a beat, man. Can you pull up the book one more time, Tommy? The book? Oh, man. The beat. I should have waited for the beat. Tommy, could you pull up that book one more time, my friend?
You were on it. You were on the beat.
Tommy, you are the beat, my friend. You are awesome. Guys, Living in Color, Tommy Davidson. It is quite the read. I picked it up myself earlier in the week. Man, oh man, I brushed through that book. Thank you for joining us, my friend.
Thanks for the opportunity, man. This was great.
Thank you, my friend.
Saturday Night Live, baby.
Class personified. Thank you, Tommy.
Have a good one, man.
You too.